Hello and welcome back to my channel. It has been a while since I have talked to a camera, so this feels super weird, but I am super excited to film this video because I am going to be using TBR prompts to pick my TBR for September. It's probably going to be like September, October because I am a slow reader. The neighbors are doing construction. But the thing is, I wanted to wait until there was no construction noises. However, everyone in my neighborhood is doing something of the sorts of construction work on their house. And it's literally like first the neighbors on the left, then the neighbors on the right, then like the neighbors across the pond, and it's just everyone is doing construction work. And so I would never be able to film any video if I was going to wait, so I'm just going to try to work around it. If you hear some construction noise, I'm sorry. I really hope they're not doing this wall right now though. Anyway, I have done one of these videos in the past on my channel, I think like a year ago or something, and it was super fun to do, and I also feel inspired to pick up some— Come on! I really hope that you can't hear too much of that. Anyway, I'm going to be picking prompts from this bowl. Most people that I watch who do this have like a cute jar. I don't. I'm using a bowl. So it's not as aesthetically pleasing, but it works. It does the job. And I'm probably going to be picking 10. Will I be reading 10 books in September? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So it might be, like I said, September, October, but I'm also very much a mood reader, so I want to be like able to pick and choose the books that I'm in the mood for from that TBR. So I'm just going to be picking them blindly. I'm going to show them to you and then I'm going to pick a book. I have a few books in mind that I really would like to get to. It's super full. I made these a year ago and don't know what it says. A book you want to reread. Oh! Okay, this is fun. I did do a reread for The Score from like the off-campus series because I found it on holiday. It wasn't mine, it was in the apartment, and then I was in the mood for it. But I have been wanting to reread the off-campus series with a friend, so I might do the deal so that I can just start from the beginning. But I also would love to reread One Golden Summer. I read that one a month ago or something, 2 months ago maybe, and I loved it so much, and I feel like I would love it even more the second time around, so I think it's gonna be The Deal or— where's One Golden Summer? It's like my favorite book. One of my favorite books. I think it's all the way over there. Anyway, I think I'm gonna pick The Deal. It's a college sports romance set in America, and it's a hockey romance. Most people know about this book. I have the old indie published version. Super ugly cover. Fun book, if I remember correctly. I gave this one 5 stars when I read it the first time. Might not give it 5 stars now, I don't know, but I am very excited to read it again. I'm gonna choose that one because I did read One Golden Summer a month and a half ago. Okay, next. Can you see it? The next book in a series. Ooh, I know exactly what I'm gonna pick. Hold on. Okay, for this prompt we are gonna do Powerless by Elsie Silver. I read the first one in this Chestnut Springs thing a year ago, I think. I liked it just fine. I think it was like 3 stars or something, but I've heard great things about the rest of the series. Most people love this book. This is not the one that intrigues me the most. I think it's like age gap, single dad, grumpy sunshine-ish thing, but I really want to get to the third book, I think Theo's book, and then also Beau's book. I loved Beau in the first book, and I also really want to read the one where it's like a hockey player and childhood friends lovers. I think that's the other one. So I'm basically excited for every one of those books. I'm the least excited for this one, but I have heard like the best things about this book. So this is the next one that we're gonna choose. Okay, back to the bowl. So far, so good. I am picking them blindly, obviously, but I hope we get a good one. That's upside down. I don't know what it says. A book you know absolutely nothing about. Well, that's a lot of them. I have like 300 books on my TBR. A book you know absolutely nothing about. Let me figure myself out really quickly. I feel like I know something, like at least one thing about most books that I own. So I don't know what... Ooh, I have one. I have one. Okay, I have Happy All the Time by Laurie Colwin. The only thing that I know about this book is that Jack Edwards recommended it, and I trust him. I got at least one of my favorite books of all time because of his recommendations, so I trust him, and he said something about this book and how it talks about love, like romantic love and stuff. Other than that, I know nothing about this book. Guido and Vincent, third cousins and best friends, spend their time lolling around and wondering who they will marry. Then, one wet Sunday afternoon in a museum, Guido, I don't know how to pronounce that name, Guido meets Holly. Precise about everything, Holly knows what she likes. Pressed sheets, tea on a tray, and now Guido. Soon after, Vincent falls for this misanthropic... That's not a word English is not my first language, so that's not a word that I ever use in my vocabulary. If I mispronounce that, do not laugh at me. Vincent falls for his misanthropic new colleague, Misty. She seems completely uninterested in love until, that is, she agrees to go to dinner with Vincent. This exquisitely well-written and much-beloved novel follows the two couples through courtship, arguments, wedding plans, and other perils as they find a way to be happy almost all the time. That's all I know. I love the cover. This is so beautiful to me, and I am also very excited to like throw in a book that's maybe a bit more profound and goes into a bit more depth, and I think this will be that, so that's that one. Let's do a small one. This is a really small one. What did I write? Set in a different time. Well, that should be easy enough. I think almost all of Taylor Jenkins Reid's books are set in a different time. Is a different time, like it's 2025, so is a different time can also be like the 2000s. In a way, even the Off-Campus series is set in a different time because those books are like from 2015 or something. Let's pick a, I know, a friend of mine is watching this and she's gonna freak out. Daisy Jones and the Six, definitely set in a different time. I think it's in the 60s or something. No, 70s. The 70s. Anyway, this book follows a group of musicians. I think it's told in like a, yeah, interview setting. I've heard great things about this book. I don't think I've heard anyone that actually like really disliked this book, and also I really want to get to the show because I've been putting that off, even though I really want to read it because I have not read the book. I hate this copy, I hate this version, but I don't think that there is any version of this book, like any cover, that I don't think there's any good ones. I don't know what like the UK is trying to do to Taylor Jenkins Reid, but all of the UK covers suck, and I don't know where they went wrong with this book, but it still got like a lot of attention and a lot of hype. So Daisy Jones and the Six, really curious to see. Like, you can actually see it. It's kind of like told in a, not a script, but like an interview format. I hope that means they'll fly through it. Carolina, one of my best friends, also like loves this book, so she is going to freak out, like I said. But that is the fourth one. Next, the ones that are actually on my radar, the books that I really wanted to get through, I have not been able to pick them with these prompts. So, anyway. What is it? A book that you think will be 5 stars. Okay, now I can get to at least one book that I really wanted to pick. A book that you think... Okay, I have a few actually for this one. So, one of them is The Favorites by Leigh Bardugo. I went out of my way to buy this exact copy, and then it's been on my shelf for months because I really wanted the American version, and then I just leave it on my shelf. So this is about 2 ice skaters, and I've heard people say that it's kind of like similar-ish to Magnolia Parks in the way that it's kind of like toxic but soulmates and whatever. Very intrigued, really want to read this. Carolina gave it 5 stars, I think, and then I also have The Conditions of Will by Sarah Hastings and Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins, which I also really want to read, and I do think all of them will be 5 stars, but I think I'm gonna go with this one. Maybe should I go with The Conditions of Will? No, I'm gonna go with this one. New author, that's actually exciting, so I'm adding The Favorites. Other than the fact that it's messy, relationship, toxic, and ice skaters, I know nothing. I have heard Very mixed things, but I do think, like, going off of what I've heard, I think that it's actually up my alley and that I would really like it. So that's that one. What does that say? With a cartoon cover. So that means like a rom-com-ish thing. With a cartoon cover. Okay, I could do My Roommate's Vampire. That one is definitely a cartoon cover. Stop with the construction noise! It has been waking me up for months at like 7 o'clock in the morning. You don't understand. Like, I have been bitching and moaning to all of my friends about the fact that my neighborhood is making me chronically sleep deprived because they wake me up every single morning at 7 o'clock. I woke up at 7:15 this morning when I went to bed at like 2:15 because they started hammering on the wall. Okay, anyway. Not interesting. I think I might go... I don't know. I don't know. I do have a lot of... No. I could... Since it's still somewhat summer, I could do this one. I brought this one on holiday with me, but I didn't get to it. It's One Last Shot by Betty Caillouet. I think that's it. This is definitely a cartoon cover. It's about two people. I think they were in love when they were younger. I think it's like a second chance romance, and one of them is a model and one of them is a photographer. And then they end up being paired together for like a project in Italy. And they have like a second chance romance thing. I think that would actually be fun. I've heard very, very mixed reviews about this one. I think it has like a 3 point something on Goodreads, but then I have seen people who like similar books as me really enjoy it. And I think I bought this last year to read in the summer, didn't get to it last summer, also didn't get to it this summer. So I think that if I don't get to it now, I don't think I'm really gonna. So I think I'll take this one. One Last Shot, very much a cartoon cover, but this is like the kind of cartoon cover that I do like. Things like The Love Hypothesis or the Spanish Love Deception, or like those kind of cartoon covers, I don't really like. But this is one that I actually do find very cute. Okay, that was 6. Should we do 1 or 2 more than 10? No. I feel like I'm having fun doing this. Okay, I want this one. Let's see. A book that was published in the last year. Like, in the last year? What did I mean by that? Like 2024? 2025? I think 2024. That was last year. Was Conditions of Will published last year? I think so, actually. Was it? Let's see, let's see. No! This was 2025. But I feel like she published another book like a month ago. Did she publish 2 books in the span of like 2 months? No, this was 2025. Was that Sunrise on the Reaping? Was that also 2025? This is hard. What came out? Oh! I think the Crimson Moth came out. Let me check that. I think that one is in here because I never unwrapped it. But I think that one is from 2024, maybe? Is it? I feel like I'm getting all of these things mixed up. The Crimson Moth. Or that might be 2023. 2020. That was 2024. February of 2024. So I bought this for my birthday, my own birthday last year. Never unwrapped it, so let's do that because then I can choose this one. I don't think I unwrapped it because it just looks that pretty, but I want to read it. So a friend of mine read it recently and she really enjoyed it. I think she gave it like 4 point something stars, and then the second one she also really enjoyed. So I don't want to rip the paper. No! Okay, anyway. What I still don't understand is I have the UK cover. The US has a different one that also has a different title. Why is it called Heartless Hunter when the original one is the Crimson Moth? Because it is the Crimson Moth series, and I have heard that in the book she is also called the Crimson Moth. So why is it called Heartless Hunter in America? Is it like where they thought Americans wouldn't pick up like the Harry Potter book if it was called the Philosopher's Stone, so they turned it into the Sorcerer's Stone? And then maybe they did the same one with this book, but that's stupid. Like, American people would, I think, still pick up the Crimson Moth if it got like good ratings and stuff. Anyway, The Crimson Moth. Excuse me. Oh, I got a free bookmark. That's nice. Next one is The Crimson Moth. I know that she is maybe a thief? Something? Oh no, she's a witch. The only thing more treacherous than being a witch is falling in love. I think she's like, oh, she's a witch, he's a witch hunter, and they fall in love because she hides the fact that she's a witch. I think that's all I know about this book, but I'm very excited to read it. It has been on like the top of my TBR for so long. So now I can read it and I can also talk about it with my friend because like I said, she read it and she loved it. So I'm trying to like let you see in the bowl, but then everything falls out. So. Okay. I hope I get like a color scheme thing. A self-published book. Oh, that's actually also fun. A self-published book. No, that's not self-published. I was thinking maybe Silver Elite, but that's not self-published. So. Which, I have a lot of self-published books. I do know that. Is that one self-published? This one? No. It's like Libby books. I'm trying to see. I have like the old Lauren Asher books and those are self-published. I think I could, but that's like Throttled and I don't know if I'm in the mood for Throttled. Let's keep looking. A self-published book. Oh, I have one, but I have heard some weird things about, actually maybe I should keep looking because I have heard some weird things about this. I have Fear the Flames, like the indie cover version, but I have heard that the traditionally published book, like the version of this one, is completely different and that you need to read that one to read the second one, and I've heard great things about the second one. So I do want to read this series, but how much, like, am I actually going to get from reading this book if I need to read this traditionally published one to understand the second one? Because apparently it's completely different. Which I think is annoying because I paid €15 for this one and now I need to read the other one. So maybe not this one, but we'll keep this one in mind. A self-published book. Why is this suddenly so hard? I thought I had lots of these. Oh, I have one. It is, ooh, don't fall, don't fall. Ooh, I think I have the self-published books from the Ravenhood trilogy as well. I also have this one, The Two of Us by Taylor Torres. This is like a second chance romance, childhood friends to lovers, but I think I have one of those. I actually don't have any clue what Fluck is about. I've heard people being so confused by that book. But this one is about letting go of your... Am I in the mood for like a childhood friends to lovers, second chance romance, and then like pain? Because people have said that this book is very emotional, which you wouldn't believe by looking at it, but maybe I should do Fluck. No, I'm actually gonna do this. Oh, wait! Wait, hold on a minute. I actually do have a lot of self-published books. I don't know why I also have Brightside by Kim Holden. This is supposed to be super sad. I think it was published in 2014. 2014, that's a long time ago. Okay, all I know about this is like, one of them is a musician and there's like, people cry with this book, so it's very sad. I think someone dies, but I think you know that going into it. However, this is the indie published version. I like this book. Like, I like the fact that it's completely orange with just the title. I can read the back. Secrets. Everyone has one. Some are bigger than others. And when secrets are revealed, some will heal you and some will end you. Kate Sedgwick. We're just gonna call her Kate. Kate's life has been anything but typical. She's endured hardship and tragedy, but throughout it all, she remains happy and optimistic. There's a reason her best friend Gus calls her Brightside. Kate is strong-willed, funny, smart, and musically gifted. She's also never believed in love, so when Kate leaves San Diego to attend college in the small town of Grant, Minnesota, the last thing she expects is to fall in love with Keller Banks. They both feel it, but they each have a reason to fight it. They each have a secret, and when secrets are revealed, some will heal you, some will end you. Okay, I think someone's dying. That's what I've deducted, I think. So I think this will be like a tearjerker, and I am in the mood for that. So I'm picking this one. How many do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we're gonna have to do 2 more anyway, and maybe I'll pick 2 more. Because I'm actually in the mood to do 12. Will I ever read 12 books in September? No. But I'm having fun with this, so I'm just gonna keep going. What is that? With a cover you love. I love this cover. I love like all of her covers actually. Ooh, I also, by the way, I also love this cover, Young Mungo, and I've heard that this is like a really, really good book. One of my friends loves that one. I am more in the mood for this one though, but I don't like, I do have covers that I love more, but I also love this cover. I also really love these covers, and I've already started this book, Open Heaven by Sean Hewitt, and I love this cover. Also really love this cover, Deep Cuts by Holly Brickley. However, I've heard middle of the road reviews for this one, so I don't know. I think I am actually going to go with Conditions of Will though, because I really want to read that one. So I think I'm going to pick this one because I do love this cover. Might love other covers more, but I do really, really love this cover. Because then I will also have managed to actually get a few books that I really wanted on this TBR to be on it. So I think I'm gonna pick The Conditions of Will. If I do get another chance to pick one of these books, maybe I will. I would love like a cuter char to do this with. Okay. Focus. A newly acquired book. Ooh. What is a new book? Oh! I do think Deep Cuts is kind of new. This one is also new though. This one is also new. All of these books are new. Maybe I can add The Rebel Witch. If I read like The Crimson Moth, I might want to read The Rebel Witch immediately. And that is a very new book, so maybe I'll do that one, because then I can read them back to back. I don't mind if one of my books is a paperback and the other one in the same series is a hardback, because I loved the cover, like the American cover for the Rebel Witch book, a lot more than I loved the UK cover. And same goes for like the UK cover for the first one. So I have completely mismatching. This one is a hardback, this one is a paperback, but this one is small and this one is not. So I think I'll pick the second one so that I can read them back to back. That's actually maybe not very exciting because then I picked two books that are kind of in the same realm, but you know what, my channel, my rules, my books, my TBR, whatever. Okay, so we have 10, but we're gonna pick 2 more just because I want to. So, that's a long one. What did I write? That you bought because of social media without doing any research. Without doing any research. I have a lot of those, but like I do some kind of research though. Would Sunrise on the Reaping count for this one? Because I didn't do any research because I just heard that it was Hunger Games. I was like, okay, perfect, you can hand that one over to me. I'll give you my card, you can do whatever you want with it, just give me the book. I don't know if that one really counts, but I do really want to read that one. Because I didn't do any research on that one, just because I saw it on social media that it was coming out. Otherwise, I could do Pictures of You by Emma Gray, but I did do some kind of research. Like, I read the blurb, and I read like the synopsis on Goodreads and see if like the story intrigues me. So I did do some kind of research for this one. Didn't do any research, didn't even read the blurb for the Sunrise on the Reaping. I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna do that one. Here we have it. Am I cheating? Maybe a little bit, because I would have found out about this book without social media anyway, but I did see it on social media first. And just look at this hardcover. Look at this hardcover. It's super pretty. I paid a good amount of money for that, so it should be pretty, but I didn't even read the blurb. I still have not read the blurb. I know it's about Haymitch and his quarter quell games, the ones that he won. And I know it's heartbreaking, and a few of my friends have given it 5 stars, and I could use a 5-star. Like, I do know things about this book, but it's not because of any research that I did. So I'm gonna pick this one anyway. I just really want it on my TBR. I really wanted The Conditions of Will, the favourites, and this one on my TBR, and I've been able to sneak them in there. Maybe by kind of bending the rules, but again, this is my game. Stop falling out! Okay, this is the last one, by the way. Hope it's a good one. What does it say? With a music or art story. Could have picked Brightside for that one. Could have picked The Deal for that one as well. An art storyline. Oh! By the way, Deep Cuts has a music-ish storyline. They bond about music. I know barely anything about this book, so bear with me. I'm gonna read the back. It's a Friday night in a campus bar in Berkeley, fall of 2000, and Percy Marks is pontificating about music again. A song is on the jukebox, and Percy, who has no talent for music, just lots of opinions about it, can't stop herself from overanalyzing the song, indulging what she knows to be her most annoying habit. But the guy beside her at the bar, a fellow student, Joe Morrow, is a songwriter and he could listen to Percy talk all night. Joe asks Percy for feedback for one of his songs and the results kick off a passionate partnership that will span the years and change both their lives forever. Okay, so they bond over music. He's a music major. She just has a lot of opinions upon it. So this is actually a very good pick for the music prompt. I don't know where I left it. So the last book that I'm going to be picking is Deep Cuts by Holly Brickley. I love this cover. I have heard so many middle of the road reviews, but I am going to go into it like with a clean slate, being like, okay, maybe I'll love this one. Sometimes you love a book while other people don't, so I'll take that one. Okay, so this is actually such a good TBR. So many of the books that I really wanted to get through are on it. Oh my god, this is super heavy. Okay, we have Deep Cuts, Deep Cuts, Sunrise on the Reaping, Rebel Witch, The Crimson Moth, The Conditions of Will, Bright Side, One Last Shot, The Favourites, Daisy Jones and the Six, Happy All the Time, Powerless, and The Deal. This is like so many books. Oh my god, 12 books. Maybe I can get... Oh my god, I need to stop doing this. Maybe this will just be my autumn TBR though, because there's no way that I'm getting through this in 1 month, maybe not even 2. But I'm so happy with this stack. So many of the books that I actually really wanted to get through. So I'm super excited. This was actually such a nice way to pick my TBR, because I need to figure out ways to like make my physical TBR more exciting, because I'm not allowed to buy any new books. I'm trying to save up to go on an exchange and I need to stop buying books. I also have a Kindle. I can read pretty much anything I want on my Kindle, and just no more books are allowed to enter my house unless I've already pre-ordered them, because can't do anything about that. Could cancel them, not going to. But this is actually such a fun way to kind of make a game out of your physical TBR, and I love doing that. So I'm gonna think of a few more things that I could do to play around with my physical TBR. I think that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you thought, is this girl in her pajamas? Yes, definitely. Again, my channel, my rules. Shouldn't have said that, actually. You would have never known. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I had a really fun time. I have a very exciting stack of books here that I'm going to try to get through. And that was it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!